Lausitzring for the second time in 2 weeks, but the longer 4.570 kilometre track. And what a start from Philipp Eng as he dives through the middle of the pack. Nico Müller, of course, converting that P1 into P1, but Rene Rast falling back behind Philipp Eng. Robin Freins, a good start from him. He puts himself into P2 and immediately challenges Nico Müller for the lead of the race as the rest of the cars settle down. Disaster of a start for Rene Rast. Brilliant start from Philipp Eng, who dived through the middle of the pack to pick up P3, but then Rene trying to wrestle back that position already, and Marco Wittmann very much in the mix as well, running in P5 behind Mike Rockenfeller and Loic Duval were having a battle, and Rene Rast then all the way around the outside of Philipp Eng finds himself into P3. Also going by Philipp Eng was two-time DTM champion Marco Wittmann. So this was the way it was going to shape out, of course, in weather conditions that were really difficult, and that proved its point as Rene Rast making a very rare mistake and running off the track, and that plays into the hands of one Mr. Marco Wittmann, who is able to go by, and here we can see just how Marco Wittmann able to make that overtake stick, advantaged by the fact that in the challenging conditions, Rene Rast then running off the track. However, he would try and fight back, and Marco Wittmann doing everything he can to try and prevent Rene from coming back, but Rene did get the overtake done and dusted. What was going to be critical during the course of the race would be when drivers would choose to come in and put slick tyres on as the track was beginning to dry out. We just saw Nico Müller coming out from his mandatory stop, but going from wet weather tyres onto the dry weather tyres, the slick tyres, which Robin Freins had done earlier, and therefore Robin Freins' tyres were up to temperature, and getting past Nico Müller was relatively easy. Philipp Eng would be next to have Nico Müller in his target sights, and again it was an easy overtake for Philipp Eng to make on Nico Müller, who was struggling really to get temperature into those tyres. It was taking a lap plus a bit really to get the slick tyres up to proper temperature. Marco Wittmann hounded Nico Müller as well and got right to the inside on the exit of turn number 14, heading towards turn number 1, and Marco Wittmann would try and go through on Nico Müller and eventually would make it happen even before turn 1. And here comes Rene Rast. Rene Rast, who had stopped a little earlier than Nico Müller, his tyres up to speed and up to temperature, and therefore he was able to go by on Nico Müller. Rene Rast, of course, celebrating one victory in the DTM up until this weekend. He then made fairly short work of Marco Wittmann going through turn number 1. They both clipped the curb a little bit, but Rene has got the overtake done and dusted and goes through on Marco Wittmann. Nico Müller was the next driver to have the BMW star in his sights, and again a move to the inside on the exit of turn 14 sets Nico up for a relatively easy overtake on Marco Wittmann. So the order became Freins, Rast, Müller, but Rene Rast knew he was going to have a real job to try and get by Robin Freins. Robin trying to make it as difficult as possible, but Rene absolutely determined, switching from the outside to the inside. There was a little rub between the two of them, but Rene got the overtake done and found himself in P1. So Rene Rast ahead of Robin Freins, and Nico Müller not having quite so much difficulty in getting by his teammate Robin Freins, and then he would try and chase Rene Rast for the critical victory in terms of this, the first race on the longer Lausitzring layout here this weekend. But Rene Rast had always got a comfortable margin over Nico Müller, and as he headed towards the timing line and the checkered flag, Rene Rast would take his second win of the season. Nico Müller takes P2, Robin Freins P3. Rene Rast, race winner for the second time in 2020. DTM would be on the top step of the podium.